Hey there, welcome to Pop Culture Cupid.
I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
And I'm Michal, I'm a single life coach. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self relationship.
In this podcast, we will look at how pop culture impacts romance, dating, and your love life.
And each week, we'll shoot another arrow through another pop culture delusion.
I thought we weren't going to do the whole cheesy thing.
And then burst into smithereens.
Oh my god, dude, that's so cringe!
Sorry, it's in the intro now.
If you make it through the chaos and you enjoy what you hear, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and go to all the social media.
At Pop Culture Cupid on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy!
Oh, fun times. Recording in progress.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I was telling you about like all the holidays going on, so I'm a bit like it's just a weird time. But otherwise, everything's good.
There's a difference in temperature in our two worlds.
Oh yeah, it's very hot here still. I mean, it's getting cooler, but it's
still pretty.
I do live in the desert, so
yes.
But
listen, we've started posting again, and there's a lot of editing Alison popping in and out of the videos saying, "Oh, sorry, this is a bit."
I love editing Alison.
Oh, she's great. She's great.
She is.
She won't be popping up because editing. Normal Alison has problems with her Mac, so she needs to sort everything out. Very weird way of speaking about myself. But I think this episode, if we're coming along the half-hour point, we maybe want to acknowledge it, say, okay, we're just going to continue on, but don't forget to subscribe, and then say hello again on the next one, instead of just being like, bam, back into the conversation.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
How
have you been?
Pretty good. Still a bit congested, but that's, going to last a while. Yeah, it's just been same old, like getting into a good routine. We've reorganized the flat. Like, since we've been in here, I don't think I've had the same kind of backdrop twice.
That makes things fun.
It makes things fun, but pretty good. I think this is the best one because I get the daylight coming on, like our board games in the backdrop. Like, it's pretty good. I think this one's the keeper. Last week in the kitchen, I was just being attacked by the sun and kept moving along. How about you?
Otherwise, everything's good, everything's
Same old, same old.
Same old, yeah.
Jewish holidays
from one meal to the next, lots of wine, good stuff. That's strange.
In France, there's the Christmas period where like December is just chaotic.
Yeah.
But in May in France, like there are so many bank holidays. Like there's this, like May is just an extra month off. Like within May, there are an extra 5 days off. Can you imagine? That's like 2.5 weekends extra within the month of May. So, I get it. Like and most French people move around a lot during that month. So everybody's exhausted come June. I'm just like, oh my God, we've moved on so much in May.
Yeah, just like basically living between family meals right now. But it's good.
It's good. There are worse things.
There are worse things. So it's just very confusing because there's so many meals and it's like who's gonna go to where with whom and who's hosting what meal, and it's just like
especially when you're in a couple, because now you want to
because now we have to split our time between his side and my side, and and each side consists of like a bunch of different people that you have to go to. So but
imagine being in a relationship when like both parents are separated. That's like 4 places. Like we like JT and I, we haven't got that, but it's still a lot of places to go to.
Yeah.
And my parents kind of like take it for granted that I spend Christmas with them. And they don't realize that we spent Christmas with them last year. And so this year JT kind of wants to spend Christmas with his brother. And I'm gonna need to find the times that like the right times to be like, listen, we're not gonna be spending Christmas with you guys. Mind you, by that time I'll be a month away from my due date, so I might not be up for driving 4 hours to his brother's. But we would like to think that, we are up for it. So they'll,
Yeah.
family politics.
Yeah, that's a good topic to speak about, family politics. There's so
Okay.
many
Make a note
things
of
to
it,
say
and we'll
about it.
talk once Love is Blind is over. We'll record a
Yeah,
bunch.
I'll write it down. So much to say about that, especially when you're in a couple and you have to,
Yeah.
split your time. But
I mean,
yeah,
so today's conversation is gonna, we're teasing our future topics, but there was a huge kind of family drama on my side, during the summer holidays, and I think that's a good topic of just how to handle these things, so we can.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
I'm a
speaking of
pro, right?
drama,
Oh yeah, sorry.
what were you gonna say?
That I'm a pro because I grew up with divorced parents. So I'm so used to the, splitting holidays and politics and all that. It's like
What age were you when your parents got divorced?
6 or 7, something like that. It's been a while,
Young.
so yeah.
How old was your youngest sister?
She was a year and a half younger than me. Well, she still is a year and a half younger
Yeah.
than me.
So
whatever
6 or
that
7,
is.
so 4.5.
Yeah.
That's pretty young.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of drama.
Speaking of drama,
Ah,
God,
ah,
this year is I feel this year they are more kind of on trying to be on best behavior overall, but then the drama just peaks at a highest. Do you see what I mean?
Drama. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so exhausted from this season. I just a part of me just wants it to be over already. Like I'm watching the episodes and I can't wait for them to be over. I'm like, just please, please, because I don't like drama. I don't have any drama in my life, or especially in my relationship. And I enjoy drama in other people's relationship. It's interesting to me, but this is just too much. I'm like, oh my God, it's just an overdose of drama of like, and the thing is, it's not even like good drama. It's just really, really kind of, like people, what are you thinking? Like, what in the world? Like, I don't know.
I know. I've brought up a list of like the 7 couples that we can like, swipe through and then just
Yeah.
talk about each. So Leo and Brittany, I think no point on coming back on them.
No
We'll probably
point.
talk about them at the reunion episode if they show
Yeah,
up.
probably.
And then we've got Stephen and Monica, same, no point on coming back on them.
I know, but did we talk about what happened? Yeah, we talked about it in the
We
previous
did, we
episode,
talked.
didn't we? It's so strange. Anyway,
I said about
yeah.
self-fulfilling, so we can't know. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Although I will just say that at that party thing, Monica said like that they were on the phone and they wanted to kind of leave it in a healthy way, which I thought was nice, which I thought was,
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's important.
I think it's good. So, you don't want to be carrying the negative with you, because then,
Yeah.
want to get over it, get over these things, get closure, because that's how you end up being the girl with like a million toxic ex-boyfriends and things like that. And I think he's toxic. I think he just messed up, she messed up, and they kind of just, want to.
Yeah.
She messed up as well. I will, we talked about it last episode, the Monica and Steven episode. So we're not going to go back on it, but the fact that they kind of spoke over it and made everything go, I think is good.
Yeah. I think also saying sorry, like a lot of times, forgiveness is more for yourself than it is for the other person, because it's like helping you let go and not hold on to grudges or hate, and just like move on with your life, on to the next thing.
Yeah. Even if you're the one messing up, you just want to own it and then kind of give yourself a bit of grace, own it, accept that maybe on the other side, you won't be forgiven.
Yeah.
Whether it's justified or not, who cares? And then just move on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Tim and Alexandra.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that Tim guy, gaslighter 101. I just like no. I mean, not that I'm saying that she's like all pure and righteous, but I felt like he was just gaslighting her.
So I
I,
was thinking about it yesterday because I knew we were going to talk today, and I was like, well, how are we going to talk about them? I can't remember what I said about them last when we spoke about them, but I'm pretty sure I said like I don't think they'll get married, but I enjoyed
yeah,
them. I found healthy the way they got over their conflict.
yeah, yeah.
I can't really remember what I said about them, but it's unsurprising what happened. I think they're both not amazing in this situation. I think they're
No,
both gaslighters, and they're both
yeah,
kind of didn't find a person that they could like. I I was going to say dominate, but that's not a very nice word. But
yeah.
you know, in a relationship, there's always one that kind of not controls the other, but in mine and JT's relationship, like it varies, but one often has more power than the other,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on the circumstance, like you know, and you know, when I'm in the right, I'll take more power, and when he's in the right, he'll take more power, and that's just
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the equilibrium, and but it's because also the other one accepts that they're in the wrong and they kind of retreat a little bit.
Yeah,
They to them too, like they're not willing to relinquish any power whatsoever. Like they want to be right.
yeah,
She doesn't want to be the victimized woman. She wants to have all of the power, and he doesn't want to get walked all over. Uh, he's got some serious grieving issues as well,
yeah,
which he needs to finish grieving because I think he's kind of this is probably gonna be horrible to listen to, but he's looking for his sisters,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
and which is completely kind of understandable and everything. But in looking for his sisters, like he's really, really kind of demanding on other women. He's put his sisters up on a pedestal, which is completely understandable. But they're both in a very strange position.
yeah. I Look, I think one of the best things you can learn how to do, especially in a relationship, is learn how to take accountability and admit when you were wrong. And a lot of times we see it as weakness and it's like a punch to our ego. But at the end of the day, I think that's what helps us get over these hurdles and improve and prevent unnecessary arguments and drama and whatever it is. Being able to say, you know what, I did this and that wrong, and I wasn't okay over here, and I should do better over there. And then when you trust the other person that's with you, and when you have a healthy relationship, they'll be able to do the same. They won't be like, yeah, you were wrong, and you really did that wrong, and you really do need to improve that. They'll be like very appreciative, first of all, that you're noticing these things, but also they'll be able to say, true, but I also have this, that, and the other to work on, and whatever. And I feel like both of them are really not good at that. Like on the one hand, he was like um bottling things up, and he was letting her do the things that annoyed him so he could afterwards get upset at her and blow it out of proportion and then blame her. And there was like this, what
mm,
did he say that and she was constantly trying to explain to him, and then he wanted to say something, and he wrote like, am I gonna get to speak? And she didn't even say anything, and he was like accusing her of cutting him off constantly, which I didn't feel like she was doing. But like, I don't know, it was like he wanted her to cut him off, so he, like, I don't know, it was like he just wanted
yeah, he was to
to get
provoke her.
upset at her. Yeah, I don't know. But then she also was like, I felt like she explained herself really well, but on the other hand, I feel like she also could have been a bit more aware. But then I don't know, I felt like it's hard for me to come down on her because I feel like he was just being so obnoxious. And the way he ended it over there was so mean. It was so evil the way he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just out of here." I can't remember the exact words he said, but he like just shames her and he just makes her feel really bad and he makes her feel like she's the problem. When
I
he, he
no
was
go.
bottling it up. You should be able, you need, if something's bothering you, you need to say it. It doesn't have to be in the exact moment, but like you don't wait for it to be bottled up or to be like in a huge pile with a bunch of other stuff that are now bothering you. You have to talk about it calmly before it gets to be a big issue. And then, what happens is you're so charged that it's like, you're full speed crashing into her with all of these accusations.
I I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this.
Mm-hmm.
I once met I actually knew a couple of women who could kind of feel when the spotlight was on her, and so who
Yeah.
switched her behavior in a way that she well, I mean, both these women, but I'll speak, as if it were only one. And like,
Yeah.
I'm basically, this is what happened in their minds of, I'm gonna behave in a way where like nothing can be said against me, even though I'm in the wrong. Okay, I'll take an example. I had a friend who well, I mean, beat up my ex-boyfriend.
Hmm.
I can't believe I've never
My
mentioned
God.
this. Yeah, until he bled.
Oh my
They were
God. Did he
both
deserve it?
I don't from what both of their stories, he didn't deserve it. Basically, they were drunk. Um, they'd gone out because they were friends before. Like they are the reason why I met him. The fact that they were
Hmm.
friends before, like we got into a relationship,
Interesting.
and I was away, and they got drunk. Went to a party, had a party or whatever when I was away. Got drunk. They went into town, came back. They lost each other, so he just made his way home. Then when she got back, she was like, "You abandoned me," and she beat him up
Hmm.
till he bled, and that's the long and short of it. And this was added on to like a bunch of other of her really kind of strange toxic behaviors. Um and I confronted her about it because I like, there was nothing going well in that friendship anymore. And we tried kind of talking about it calmly, and then she got me to get really angry. Like she really built up my
Hmm.
anger, and as soon as I got angry, she just kind of took a step back and was just like, "I'm chill. Like you're overreacting. You're being too dramatic. Like you're the one being angry. You're the one saying this." I was like, don't turn the situation don't turn the situation around."
Hmm.
Anyway, I feel like this is maybe what Alexandra was doing, that she may have been a complete raging bitch off camera, and on camera realizing that she's being watched and like she will need to defend herself, behaved
Yeah.
perfectly.
It's completely plausible. Like, I mean, also with the edits, we know how
Yeah.
different things come out to be. So, like, but there's not much we can do because we don't really know what goes on behind closed doors and when the cameras are off. We don't know
Mm,
what they've edited out.
yeah.
We can
Well,
only
especially
react to
with
what's happening on screen. But yeah,
Amber Barnett,
yeah, the interview
Lauren
with,
and Cameron interview, which highly
yeah,
recommend on YouTube. It's their first podcast. It's very, it's very
yeah, it's a
entertaining.
good interview. Yeah,
Um, you know, whether it's them or whether it's the other drama around Netflix and Love is Blind, like,
yeah,
or any other show, we know that the edit never gives much justice to the
no,
situation.
it doesn't.
It only happened once that the edit kind of was like, actually, you're in the wrong. The whole thing about the little fruits and what was her
Yeah,
name?
Zanab.
Anyway, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the first time that we're actually kind of saying, okay, then maybe the edit's got something to do with it, because we kind of agreed, let's take everything for granted, like let's take it at face
Yeah.
value, just for sake of conversation. But here it's just, I think that they're both not amazing people.
Yeah.
I completely agree with Alexandra saying, I was tired. Um, I needed to go to bed.
Yeah.
You don't know what time it is. It just, but then there's a way of doing it. Like she could very well say, I was tired, I had to go to bed. I'm sorry, it's just I get tired. And if that's the way she delivered it, then he was out of order. If it was the cameras turned off, she got up and left, then that's not cool either.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I don't know. We don't know what happened. That's the thing. But I know that she explained it very well, and in that conversation, or at least what parts of it that we saw, there wasn't anything of like real deep substance in his accusations with quotation marks towards her. That I'm like, yeah, she's a bitch. Like I don't
Yeah.
need to see that to know that she's a bitch. Like there was not. He was like I felt like he was trying to, I don't know, could be that there's a lot more. I have no idea, but I felt like he was just overreacting and being way too cold towards her. But who knows? We don't know what happened.
Nope. Um,
Anyway,
so we've come up on 21 minutes,
yeah.
and the next couple is Hannah and Nick.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ramses and Marissa, and then we've got Tyler and Ashley, and then we've got Garrett and Taylor. So I feel that this is a good cutting off point.
Yeah.
And
Have to stay tuned.
you guys have to stay tuned, because next week's episode is going to be about Nick and Hannah and probably Ramses and Marissa. But we're making it palatable for you guys, so we're cutting it off now.
Yeah, if we can't handle all the drama all at once, then we know that you can't either. It's like you need a break. Go get a coffee, have some tea, take a week's break, and come back
and we'll talk
listen to
about Nick
more
and
drama.
Hannah and Ramses and Marissa.
Marissa.
So
Yep.
like, follow,
subscribe, follow.
Let us know.
Let us know.
The reunion episode will come out in the meantime. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're all up for it. It actually prolongs the Love is Blind drama, which we enjoy.
Yeah, true. True that. Anyway.
Bye everyone.